Hey everyone! Welcome to number 11 on my Galaxy Girls Inktober list. Today is the Leo constellation. I just wanted to say I'm so proud of everyone who is taking part in my prompt list. You can find all of their artwork under the hashtag LyfeInk18. I also have it linked below. It's mostly on Instagram because I definitely started my artist journey on Instagram. So be sure to check those out if you're interested in other variations of the constellations. Today I really wanted to play with some regal characters and gold. So I laid down a yellowish gold undertone. I really liked how the watercolor turned out, but unfortunately when I started putting the black over top, it disappeared more than I wanted it to. So I may have to go back in later on and fix that. In my pieces, you see me block in different areas. I usually start with the color because I want it to dry so I can go over top with black ink. And then I usually go to another part of the background where it's not going to bleed into it, so that's why I did the top next. Then I usually like to do some small shadow shapes on the body to start bringing some life into it. And especially if I'm going to draw clothes over top, I want the shadows to dry first. And then you'll see I'm doing the black of the lion, which I end up changing a bit later. But that's the beauty of having black and white ink. You can change it up a bit. Not too much, but you can always change things a little bit. Ideally, if I wasn't doing these as quickly as I am, trying to get them done in one day for Inktober, I would be doing a larger sketch and really marking down exactly what I wanted to draw, so I wouldn't have to cover up areas and rework them as much. But since I'm trying to do them quickly, at least I have that option with the white ink. I wanted to put a crown behind her head, so I'm trying to get the area behind her a little bit darker so it will stand out. I realize now that this project will probably take me a little bit into November, but such is life. It's a lot of birthdays for family members, and this weekend is my boyfriend's birthday, a big birthday for him. So I'm definitely taking aside some time to spend with them, and you've all been so understanding, so thank you very much. It's letting me feel more at ease and do a better job with these pieces. I'm still finishing all of them in one day, so the challenge of finishing it in a day is still there. And I still definitely draw every day anyway, so the challenge for me isn't really to draw every day, it's to get a series done like this and post these videos in as short as time as possible. So even if I go over a few days into November, I'm not too worried about it. I've heard some of you say that you want to give up because you've missed a few days, and in my opinion, keep going. It's okay if you miss a few days. We all know life gets in the way, and I promise you nobody is going to know later on in the year that you went a few days into November. It's going to be absolutely okay. People will still be looking at Inktober projects, and you will feel so great to know that you did complete 31 images. I haven't completed 31 images yet. I have ran into November and just given up, saying nobody's gonna want to look at this. So my main goal is just to do the 31 images in as short a time as possible. I'll still be starting the Kickstarter fairly soon. I will let you all know exactly when that's going to start. Somebody gave me an idea for some of the rewards, and I absolutely loved it. They said that they would love to see stickers made out of the animals in this series, and I absolutely love that. So I'm going to start working on those stickers soon. I'm not sure exactly which animals I'm going to choose. I can't really choose all of them, but I will definitely choose my favorites, and if you want to chime in below, please feel free to do so. I also am thinking for the enamel pin, a few of you have mentioned that I should do the Galaxy Chameleon since it's very personal to me, and I love that idea. I think I will definitely do that. Maybe one or two women's stickers as well, but I really love the idea to focus on the animals and just have the limited edition prints of a few of the pieces as well. After the Kickstarter, I will have all of the pieces I believe available as prints, if not just like my most favorite ones. But I do want to make sure the Kickstarter prints are special and limited edition. So here I'm using gold paint for the girl's crown and the lion's eyes. I use a lot of different gold paint. My favorite is the Finestra gold palette. They've recently changed their name to Coliro, I want to say. I'm not sure how you pronounce it, but I have the palette linked below. I can't find it still, so I'm using the Kuretake gem palette. I also have a palette from Sakura, and then I also have a little handmade jar of gold from an amazing artist who I also know from LCAD, TeaTigerCafe. She makes her own gold paint and was super kind enough to share some with me. I will link her Instagram below. I don't believe she has a YouTube, but if she does, I'll link that too. Her work is adorable, and she does a lot of celestial star girls as well. I've never drawn like a black lace bodice like this one, and I gotta say, I really like the contrast of it. I'd definitely like to practice more of those in the future. Now the lion's body, I didn't quite know exactly how to incorporate it, so I ended up just making it kind of a black cloud, which the face peeks out of. This is where I covered up his face and made it a bit larger. After solidifying the figure, I realized that he needed to be a little more impressive, a little bigger. But I'm sure you can see here what I mean by that really nice yellow that I had going getting too covered up. So unfortunately, I will probably have to re-establish that digitally later, or just let it be super simple. I'm always so intrigued by constellations. I don't know how people looked at these stars and thought, oh yeah, that's a lion for sure. Because to me, this one looks like a horse or something like that. I kind of messed up the lines on it, so I covered that up and went over it later. But yeah, it looks like a horse to me. It doesn't look like a lion. I don't know how people had imagination to make up these constellations, but hey, we got some cool stories out of them. So I'm almost done here, just fixing up some of the pieces that I reworked. Overall, I really like how it turned out. Again, with this ink, I feel like I can never find a black ink that is just totally matte black. I'm sure the lights I'm using, just so that I can light up my workspace, don't really help create a solid black. I know it doesn't have to be solid, but I would like it to be a little darker, so when I do edit these for prints, I usually make the blacks a little darker and more uniform, because although I like brush strokes a lot, there's certain things like this that I don't like seeing shininess in random areas. I haven't been able to find a black ink that doesn't do that. I think this one actually does it less than most of my other ones, and this one again is that deleter number 4. I think it might just be something that you have to deal with when you're drawing with black ink, especially under bright lights. Okay, and here is the finished piece. Wanted to show how it looked like without those bright lights and with them on. I enjoyed using the gold again. I used to use it all the time, so I'd like to keep using it. I hope all you Leos liked this piece, and everyone else too. I will see you in the next video for number 12, Andromeda. If you like this series and you like these videos, please be sure to subscribe so I know to keep doing them, and have a wonderful day. Bye!